Hey traders, John Howell here. I'm going to give you an update on what I'm seeing right now happening in gold and silver. So let's get straight into it, guys. Do not place a trade based on what you see in this video. Trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss, and there's no guarantees of making money in the markets. So let's get straight into it right now, guys. What I'm seeing right now happening with silver and gold is the first thing I do see happening with silver and gold is, firstly, the daily chart. What has it been doing? Pretty much nothing, right? Pretty much just a sideways range, not really breaking up, not really breaking down, and so on and so forth. Not really much happening there. Now, that is actually quite to be expected. And what I mean by that is this. If you have a look at this, weekly chart here, we can actually see a few things here. Let me show you this here, right? So, firstly, what do we have? We had this big move from here to here down, okay? So this is what you call more like an energy using move, okay? Think about the market as energy, okay? When the market ran down through here, it used a lot of energy, right? So basically now the energy tank is now empty because it's used a lot of energy. Now what has it done? Because it used a lot of energy, it needs what? It needs a lot of time now to refuel, doesn't it? And now as you can see, right, that it really hasn't had a lot of time here on this weekly chart. We had a lot of move down. We really haven't had a lot of time here to refuel, to re-energize, to go for another run. So that tells me that we're now likely to continue going sideways for a bit as this market starts to, as this silver continues to refuel. Makes sense? Now the trend hasn't changed yet and so on and so forth, and I'm not saying this thing's going to break up, and it may break up, who knows, right? But what I'm saying right now is, by looking at this, I'm expecting a lot more volatility, up and down, up and down, up and down, going sideways. Then silver and gold will actually make a decision where it wants to go to. Okay, so I would expect, that's what I would expect in the actual silver market, and the same for the gold market as well too. Gold charts as well too. Gold charts, we've got this slight little upward trend, but that long-term trend, same sort of thing as well too, right? So as you can see, we had this big energy, or what you call price move. We had this big price move, and now we've just gone through this entire. This is basically time here, which means which doesn't mean it's changing the trend, nothing like that. It simply means that we're having a big drop down and a big sideways movement. Now there is obviously two things that can happen with this here. Okay, there's obviously two things that can happen through here. We'll continue this sideways phase through here, but as you can see, right, that because we actually had, you can see from this point here to this point here, right, we actually had a big price move. So when we have a big price move, we had a big energy releasing move. So there's a lot of energy used in this move through here, and now this is when you're seeing this right now, this is where you're likely to. This is obviously, we used a lot of energy through here, and now what we're doing is we're now refueling, right? So you can see we actually haven't had a lot of time here compared to this big move down. We had a lot of time, a big move down, and now we're just refueling through here. Now, obviously, this refueling phase doesn't mean the market's going to continue down from here. And now the trend is down, so I definitely want to be fighting it. But if we start to change this trend, if we start to significantly change the trend, meaning we start to get back above this 1240 line, well, guess what? That's now a change in trend once again. And we need to flow with the market. We can't ever just be biased one view, right? We need to look at the possibilities and opportunities. So if the market does hold here and we start to rally back up here, especially on a weekly chart, on the weekly chart, then what we can see now, right? We can see a complete this had a big move down. And then we had this bit of a sideways phase through here. And now we're broken back up. That tells me now that we had this big energy release. We found a bit of bottom here, and then we're breaking up. But right now, that's not what's happening. Okay, right now the market's just refueling. It's gone through a bit of a time phase, which is very unpredictable. It's very, very volatile, very sideways. Not really much going on. When it does break out, that's probably where it's gonna. That's where the market's likely to run to. If it breaks back above 1240 to 1260, we're probably likely to see a nice run back up towards the 1360 level. A nice run back up towards there. If we do start to break below the lows through here, then we're likely to go for another decent run to the downside. So depending on where this breaks out and breaks through, then that's what I'll be looking for. Because remember, this whole level through here Let me take everything off the screen here for a minute. As you can see, right, this whole level through here, this level through here, and this level through here is two resistance levels, significant resistance levels, and we've had a big time move. So because we had a big move down and now a move up through here, it doesn't mean it's going to break down. You just need to continue follow through it. But if we do start to get a nice break up, like from here to here, we get a nice break up above this, that tells us this support here, which was support here, which was resistance here, is now broken through, which tells me if we do break down, we're likely to find support and then continue racing back up to new highs. That's a possibility, okay? So who knows if it's going to be a bottom or not. Don't try and pick bottoms. I'm just trying to tell you right now, if we start to get, depending on where the breakout is, that's where it's now likely to have a nice, decent run in the markets. Before you go, make sure you grab the free Grab the Markets by the Balls training course. In this training course, you're going to learn the top 13 deadly mistakes, the success formula, charting boundaries, the PT method, the ultimate trading system, the blast off trading system, #1 in trading indicator, the $1 million trade and money management, how successful traders approach the market, and so much more. Get this training course for free right now. Click on the very first link in the description to get this whole complete trading course to give you the edge on your side of trading this market. Do that right now, and I'll see you on the other side.